Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira. My name is Ira and I'm on a budgeting journey. I'm on a budgeting journey because I'm an idiot and I racked up over £13,000 worth of debt. On this channel, every single week I show my debt payoff progress so that me and my boyfriend can achieve our dream of owning our first home together. If you'd like to support me and my boyfriend on this journey, please consider subscribing. Every single subscriber makes a difference and I genuinely appreciate growing this family. Wait for the church bells to finish. I post debt and budget related videos twice a week. I don't really know how I was going to finish that sentence. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be closing out June's budget with all of week 4's numbers. I closed out the budget maybe a week ago, but I haven't actually got to post the video yet. So here it is. June was really tough for me and I'm going to go through a couple of bits in the next bit. So without further ado, let's take a look at my homemade budget planner. So first thing I like to do is I like to have a look at my bills and debt that I paid off last week. Okay, so Sky came out on the 25th and that was £26. Council tax came out on the 28th, that was £135. Rent was £885 on the 28th. Phone 2, which is my boyfriend's phone, was £57.19. I don't know what's going on with that because it's always been that price. Don't get it. Let's come back to the rest in a sec. Let's put down these stickers. And when I say stickers, I mean a glued piece of paper. So for the rest of these, I need July's budget. On the 1st, car service came out and it was £10.44. TV licence was £13.37 on the 1st. DVLA did not come out. It actually came out on the 2nd, so I actually included that into July's budget. And car insurance too was £30.56 on the 1st. So I'm going to come back to unbudgeted a little bit later because there was some unbudgeted spend in June. Let's move over to debt. So the loan payment came out on the 28th and that was £200.92. And then I made an extra credit card payment on the 1st, which was £115.16. which totaled my credit card payoff to £179.65. So that is a little bit disappointing for me because my total debt payment for last period was £841.42. It wasn't quite at the 900 that I wanted to do, but we had a really crappy, tough month. So the fact that I managed to do way more than the minimum is something that I'm really, really proud of. So I'm not going to take that away from myself. Okay, that was bills and debt. Let's move over to the check-in. Okay, so in the check-in, we look at spending, groceries, petrol, social, and unbudgeted. I think I budgeted well, I just wasn't very good in the first couple of weeks of actually sticking to it, so I had to pay the price of it in the latter weeks, and this is why I had such a difficult month. So I have definitely learnt my lessons. Just because I have £200 of cash for groceries doesn't mean that I should spend half of it. First things first, I didn't add anything into these categories because there wasn't really anything to add into it. And anything that I would have added in would have come out of that credit card payment. So let's zero out all of that. Petrol and social, absolutely nothing went on because there was no money, I didn't do anything, so I spent no petrol and I spent nothing on social. So we're just going to zero that out. Those two are bang on budget. Let's flip this to the calendar and we will move into spending. On the 25th, I spent £3.11 on lunch. On the 26th, I spent £2.54. On the 27th, I spent £1.96. On the 28th, I spent £3.05. I'm going to put it on the 29th. And on the 30th, I spent 57 pence. So all of that spending came up to £12.12. And I closed on zero, but I didn't stop there. So foreshadowing for this one. Let's move over to groceries. I had one grocery spend on the 27th and it was £11.23. So my boyfriend's little brother came down and we bought some stuff for dinner. It was nice. So £11.23 ending on zero. So there were 3 unbudgeted spends that related to spending and groceries. On the 27th, the groceries trip costs a little bit more than £1.23. So I used the £11.23 from my sinking fund, and then I supplemented the remaining £2.08 with my debit card because there was just things to buy. And then on the 30th, it says lunch, but it's staples as well. So the bill was £6, £7 something. So I spent the remaining 57 pence cash that I had in my spending money sinking fund and the remaining £6.30 on my card. And I did £1.98 on my card as well on the 30th, but it cleared on the 1st. So I'm going to put it in there. Those fit really nice. So unbudgeted for last week was £10.36, which gave me a total unbudgeted of £23.66. Which, to be honest, considering how tough June was, I'm not mad at it. So let's just close out this. So I spent last week £33.71. That's nothing really when you think about it. And I don't need a calculator for this. I closed out on minus £23.66, which was all unbudgeted. Okay, so let's put this £23.66 into the unbudgeted here, which gives me a total bills amount of £1,657.27, which is actually not much more than I budgeted for. There I budgeted £900 and I spent £841.42. Cash envelopes, I budgeted £670 and I spent £720. Savings, I budgeted £0 and spent £0. And I aimed to bring rollover forward, but I thought it was best to put it into credit card and to get £30 rollover from July's budget. So I actually did £0 there. Okay, so the budget is about 50 quid adrift. Can't explain that. I'm just gonna net it out at 0 because that's how much I left in my account. Moving on, that is July's budget. It's done and dusted now. There's only one thing I want to do with this budget. I'm really excited about July. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. I genuinely appreciate this watch time. I love you, thank you. I would also genuinely appreciate a like, a comment, a subscription. They make a huge deal to the channel. Thank you so much if you've done that already. Next video is likely going to be July's final budget numbers. I set up my budget last week and the video I'm gonna link in the description, whichever side it is, don't know. But I've got my final numbers after payday and I'd like to share that with you. That's gonna be a really nice short and sweet video, so keep an eye out for that one. If you can't be asked to keep an eye out for that, that's absolutely fine. Just click that notification bell and YouTube will let you know the second that I post it. So until next week's video, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, thanks so much for watching. Bye.